but I reckon this is gonna be pretty fast. Fist me good. I'm scared, here we go. Oh, we got launch mode. Oh yeah, man. Bit of wheel spin, but that was pretty good still. Oh, dude, this thing just shifts. Dude, it didn't shift, it didn't shift. Holy moly. It seems that that launch was so violent, it might have popped a tire. 0 to 100 in. This is the review you have been waiting for. It is, of course, the new Tank 300 plug-in hybrid. And this is no regular plug-in hybrid. 300 kilowatt of power, 750 newton meters of torque, and craziest of all, it starts at just $55,990 for the Luxe version. This ultra top-of-the-range Napa leather interior, active noise cancellation, which is exclusive to the PHEV, that is just $59,990. Drive away. And you see this badge here? This Tank 300 plug-in hybrid did beer o'clock hill in production spec with road tires. That is insane. With an interior, guys, that is like straight out of a Bentley Bentayga. But I'd be lying to you if I said that this thing was absolutely perfect. It has some issues. Let's review the Tank 300 plug-in hybrid, baby. Man, this thing looks good. Dude, it looks sexy. You know what else looks good, Daddy Jacob? What? Youi. This review is brought to you by Youi. For insurance that's a bit more U-shaped, make sure you head to youi.com.au or scan the QR code on your screen now, or just click the link in the description below. And thank you, Youi, very much for sponsoring today's video.
Guys, go show Youi some love. Thank you.
Back to this though, I'm in love.
Dude, I mean, I've always found the Tank 300 to be such a cool looking car.
Yeah, now we have it in, what do they call it? Sandy.
I'm just going to call it Taliban tan, because that's what it is.
It's a nice color. I will say it is very much like a Land Cruiser 70 series, and I love it. I really think it's a cool color.
Would you have gotten it in the yellow if it came in that color?
Oh, 100%. I don't know why they let us test a Tank 300 PHEV. The whole point of that being the new color, and then they had the new color and they just wrapped it.
Remember it was like underneath, we could see it?
Yeah. What the heck, GWM? There's a couple of other what the heck GWMs, but I actually think they're for the best, and you'll see. Let's talk. Oh, what the f? It's like a lion.
Hello.
Oh my God, you schwookie. Oh, you want some love? Forgot you.
Genuinely scared the shit out of you.
It's like a lion. Imagine this thing coming at you. You need a groom, and I don't know whose you are. Oh.
There's more animals here than cars, bro.
So, I love the way that this thing looks. I really like these headlights. They look absolutely fantastic. Bright enough LEDs as well, which is pretty cool. You've got your tank badge here, which looks like a T, I guess.
It looks tanky.
Yeah, tanky. You have this big grille here as well, and a nice bumper. Now, this thing has definitely seen some off-road action, and we know that because it is rooted here. So,
I think this is the actual car that went up Bureau Clock Hill.
Yeah, it definitely spends some time up in northern Queensland. We know that because of a Fraser Island brochure left in the glove box. So, yeah.
Someone's had some fun with this thing.
If you're seeing scratches, I actually also agree that this is probably the car that went up Bureau Clock Hill. Very cool, I guess. Here you have a steel bash plate. In fact, if you go for the ultra trim of the Tank 300 PHEV, you actually get like full underbody armor. They like lather it on, but only for the ultra. You get some protection for the Luxe, but not as much as this. So that's another big reason that you should probably go spend
$4,000 difference, yeah.
Definitely get the ultra, and you'll see that when we go in the interior. Anyway, let's check out the side.
Let's do it.
Coming to the side, you're gonna see these 18-inch alloy wheels. Now, these are actually wrapped in decent tires, but decent only for on-road. Michelin Primacy SUV tires. In fact, because this thing has so much power and torque, this thing is constantly breaking traction, constantly. So you might want to put on better tires. Frankly, I think that GWM, you need to bring this car out with all-terrain tires, like Bridgestone Jeweler all-terrain tires.
It would make a lot more sense for a hardcore off-roader. Or go for like Michelin Pilot Sport 5.
Yeah.
Like go the other way.
Yeah, you absolutely could. Get the 0 to 100 time down even more. Guys, as you saw in the coming up section, this thing has so much torque, it actually just threw off a wheel sensor. You have your mirrors here, weirdly narrow mirrors. You've got a 360 camera there, a very good 360 camera. Plastic side steps, probably would have preferred metal because at least you can bend back metal.
They've also been rooted on the left side.
So yeah, just deleted off this one, I guess. You do have keyless entry and a go, very cool. You've also got very tinted privacy glass here, and also for your third window, and metal roof rails. That's pretty cool as well. And I love the way that this thing looks, which is why so many of you buy it. A lot of you don't even take your Tank 300s off-road, and I don't blame you because it's luxurious enough that you don't need to, but the boxy, squarey, retro design of it is just so cool. It hasn't aged at all. Even though this thing's been on sale now for a few years, I don't think it needs anything done to it. It just looks fantastic.
Yeah, proportions are great. It's just like a Jimny, you know?
It's sexy.
exactly.
Right? It's just sexy. Also this, you'll see your charge port here. So you have AC and DC charging. AC is 11 kilowatts if you've got three-phase charging, and DC is 50 kilowatts. So not the fastest for the battery size, which is 37.1 kilowatt hours, but we'll come back to all that when we drive it. Close, you idiot. Sometimes I feel like a moron.
You did it in reverse, didn't you?
I did. Let's check out the bum.
Let's do it.
Alrighty, coming to the back now. I love the back, and I love this like addition. I don't know if it's just for this car specifically or every Tank 300 PHEV, but GWM, I know you're watching, right?
You done good.
Our audience knows you're watching. Put this badge on every single Tank 300 PHEV, please. It's very cool.
You might as well, right?
Yeah. Bureau Clock Hill certified. It's just cool. I like that. 300 spelt out there. GWM Tank spelt out there. I really like these vertical lights here as well. Full-size spare on the back.
But wait.
Useless. If
It
you're
is a bit.
off-roading. Yeah, I think. But anyway.
You've also forgotten the other badges. There's more badges.
You're right. These ones I think are a little bit more ugly. You know?
Yeah, a little bit.
I don't think we need the blue back here, but anyway. PHEV High 4T.
I think they should just get rid of the PHEV badge, I'll be honest. I think just keep High 4T because it's a given. It's in the name.
True.
You know what I mean?
That is High 4T. The other thing as well you're going to notice is this towing setup. So even though this thing has a plug-in hybrid system, it's electrified. You do still get 3 tons of brake towing capacity, and the payload of this thing, it's 615 kilograms. So put a 3-ton trailer on the back, you got about 315 kilos of payload. So
And I think
one of me.
Technically, it's actually better than a Land Cruiser Prado. Did I just say that?
Did you just say that?
I'm sorry.
Hey. Okay? Don't ever say that again. And in terms of off-roading, don't worry, there will be an off-roading video coming, so make sure you are subscribed for that and comment down below. Are you excited for it? And you excited to see who we pit it up against?
Ooh.
Who will we pit it up against? But it is 2 millimeters lower to the ground.
God damn it.
Because
Throw
of
it
the
out.
battery.
Throw it in the bin.
Speaking of battery, I love this side hinge door. I guess maybe you can lock it, which is cool. This is not the great story. So obviously to get in a giant battery, because it is a very big battery, and it's actually just underneath the boot. So unfortunately, your boot space is a bit compromised. It's 360 liters. To be fair, in a regular Tank 300, it was never very good. So it was 400 liters.
Yeah.
You know, it's never been fantastic.
No.
I guess that's your restriction, not payload. You know, it's actually trying to get stuff in the back. I don't think that GWM have accounted for the fact that you do have to have your like tire repair kit and safety stuff here, and also your charge cable. So that also eats into your 360 liters of boot space. But hey, at least you get a giant subwoofer in the back. You've also got a 12-volt funky wonky and a 250-watt household socket. Of course, you get 6 kilowatts of V2L, or vehicle to load, which is impressive. That
Phenomenal.
is very, very good.
Yeah.
To drop the rear seats, first you have to fold the bases and then you can drop the seats. But when you do that, you unlock like 1,000 something liters of boot space. Is it incredible for such a large vehicle? Definitely wasn't assisted there. No, but it's okay.
You know, you can carry stuff. Just don't try to carry too much stuff.
Let's check out the interior.
Let's do it.
Alrighty.
Oh, thunk.
That's like a bank vault level of thunk. You know what I mean?
A Swiss bank vault.
The interior. If I cover this badge, what do you think it is?
Bentley Bentayga, clearly.
I would have guessed Ferrari. But then I move my hand away and I see a T. You know what that stands for?
Terrari.
Tunk. Thank you very much, GWM. When we had a preview of the Tank 300, they actually brought out the technical facelift version. It looked the same on the outside, but the interior was completely new. And I'll be honest with you, in hindsight,
Yeah.
I didn't really love it. You know, it
Yeah.
felt like a watered down version of what the Tank should be. Like you lost these air vents. These epic.
Why would you want to lose them?
You wouldn't. Even though, yes, you don't have like Coffee OS 3 and you don't have the bubbly steering wheel. To be honest, I'm kind of glad that this is still retaining the pre-facelift interior. It's the exact same functionality, and frankly, I think it just looks way better.
It's plush, man. It's good.
So, what's new for the interior? Well, the biggest thing is the active noise cancellation. So this thing has microphones on the inside, much like AirPods. It'll play a negative sound wave to cancel out sound. So it's a quiet interior, and it's so quiet in here, man. It really is. To the point where when you like close the door, it hurt my ears because the pressure was so strong. I'm not even joking.
Is that like a bad thing?
Yeah. It might be. But otherwise, it is a very familiar interior. So soft touch materials absolutely everywhere. It feels super duper nice. You get Napa leather seats. They feel extremely comfortable. So unlike some of GWM's other products, it has like adjustable under thigh support, which I don't know why they don't extend to every one of their cars, but hey, maybe you just get it if you spend a little bit more on a Tank product. The steering wheel feels really, really nice to hold in the hands, and you'll see your cruise control stalk here. Rob Tribbiani, ex-Holden legend who now works at GWM, has actually tuned this. So it finally works.
It's not crap.
It's not crap. The display here is still really good. It's still very snappy. Wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto. The sound system in here is mega, like really, really good.
Very bassy.
Extremely
At least
basic.
in my tuning.
And you can access things like your off-road menu here. Then you have expert mode, which you'll see when we take this thing on road. It's really annoying, man.
I mean, I'll be honest, I think you're probably going to get into it, but some of the software stuff here is just, it's not well executed.
No, and this is one of GWM's biggest problems, is that overall the package is super good, but there are just some little niggles that would make you think twice about pulling the trigger. Not that that stopped literally thousands of you from buying these through CarSauce Buy, so thank you very much. Up in front of you is your digital driver's display. It's good. You can change and see a map in front of you, or have a really minimalist or an off-road mode, so that is cool. And you can see a few different menus on the side, not quite Coffee OS 3 that you get in the new Tank 300, but still good enough. And here you're gonna see all of your four-wheel drive controls. So like I said, this is a proper four-wheel drive, and we will be taking this thing off-road very soon, but you have front, center, and rear locking differentials. When you are driving the High 4T system on paved surfaces, it is rear-wheel drive, but you do, of course, have a transfer case, so you can go into full high, and then you have a low-range transfer case, which is phenomenal as well. And you also have your off-road drive mode selection here, so you can go through a bunch of different modes. My favorite mode is pothole mode.
I mean, that's what you have to use almost all the time here in Australia.
Yeah, exactly right. So
we have a large road network and not many people.
I actually think pothole road would probably be one of the most useful, because I think it's like really uneven terrain, but anyway, it's called pothole mode here. Qi wireless charger, USB-A port, USB-C port, and a 12-volt funky walkie, but it's got no cover on it, which is a bit weird. You also get a sunroof here in the Ultra trim, which is very, very nice.
And there's a really cool feature that when you slam on the brakes, the sunroof closes.
Yeah. Ask us how we know that. Daddy Jacob doesn't like this. So you've got a couple of cup holders here, which to my eye look fine, but apparently even a large Macca's coffee cup gets de-lidded.
It's a de-lidding machine down there, mate, and you got to kind of squeeze your hand in there and just kind of grab it in a weird way. It's not for me.
Sounds like it's for me though. Close this, open this, and you'll see a little air vent here in your center armrest, and you even have a pretty large glove box as well. Door bins are a decent size. Man, just sitting here, it is such a nice interior, and your air conditioning controls here, fine, they work well. If you want to turn on your heated seat, you press this button, but often it just doesn't register. If you want to turn on your cooled seats, you cannot do it through any physical buttons. You have to go through menus in the display. For some reason, this doesn't just throw up the seat menu.
That's crazy.
You know, you just have to.
That's crazy talk.
Have to do it through there. Clock, pretty cool, I will admit.
One of the buttons, I can't remember which one, gets stuck in when you press it.
Oh, yeah, it's the off-road cruise control button. I don't know why I was getting stuck, but it was getting stuck. Let's check out the back seats.
Let's do it.
All right, here's another really weird thing. I'm gonna be sounds so good. In China, there isn't so much a culture of taking these things off-road, off the beaten path. Often it's just on-road. And so for whatever reason, this car here has come with some of the most
egregious,
voluptuous
Dude,
carpet.
Honestly, man, I don't want to sound rude. It feels like the cat that we sometimes have in our videos.
Yeah, it feels fantastic. I reckon it would get destroyed off-road in just a second. You have a couple of air vents here, which is nice, and a couple of USB-A ports. That's nice amenity. What about seating back here? Well, I'm happy to report that it is really comfortable. My legs are at a great angle because these seats are at a good angle. Headroom is fantastic. Knee room is fantastic. Toe room is fantastic. That's scratchy. That's not fantastic, but that's all very nice here. And of course, these Napa leather appointed seats, they do feel very, very nice. Fold down your center armrest. Get a couple of cup holders. You got mat pockets. I really like the back seats of this car, man.
I think they could have added heated seats in the rear.
Well, they could have.
I mean, you're spending $59.99.
Yeah.
Come on.
What do you expect?
Yeah, what do you expect?
Yeah. You get noise cancellation, no heated seats. What are we? Peasants? Not you though. You're not a peasant. As long as you use CarSauce Buy. That's right, we have our car buying service, CarSauce Buy. Scan the QR code on your screen now, or just head to carsauce.com/buy. We have dedicated teams of car brokers who go out there, punch dealers in the face, and get you the best price possible on any new car. Best of all, it's a totally free service, obligation free, just like CarSauce Sell. That's right, we have CarSauce Sell, powered by Cars24. You put in your old dirty car's details. We'll get back to you with the best possible price we can offer you. Best of all, both of these services are obligation free. Right?
How good is that? We're just so nice, aren't we?
You know, maybe it's not bad to live in a capitalist world. Let's launch it.
Let's do it.
Alrighty, Papa Jacob, we're gonna launch the Tank 300 PHEV.
High 4T FEV.
So we've got it in expert mode. You do get launch control, of course.
We'll get into it, but there's a lot.
You press this, whatever the this is.
There's a lot of letters and numbers, I think.
But I reckon this is gonna be pretty fast. Fist me good.
I'm scared.
Here we go.
Oh, we got launch mode. Oh yeah,
man.
bit of wheel spin, but that was pretty good still.
Oh, dude, this thing
Whoa.
just shifts.
Holy
Oh.
moly!
Oh, that is so much faster than they say. 0 to 100 in 5.97 seconds.
This is an off-road ladder frame SUV.
That's insane.
2026 is wilding, you
Now,
know?
there's one more thing we need to show you, and that is
We have to.
That is launching the car in tow mode. Let's do that.
Okay, that's what we want. Towing, driving mode.
All right, so looks like we're getting a tire pressure warning.
Oh,
It seems that launch was so violent it might have popped a tire.
I think it's just knocked a sensor, to be honest. Let's have a look. I think it's fine, man.
Yeah,
Looks good to me.
literally probably just chewed up its own sensor. All right, so it seems that it's just literally such a violent launch in this thing, it just knocked a sensor or something in the tire. So
Yeah.
let's try tow mode. So the thing with tow mode, apart from getting into it, which is confusing because there's towing mode and then towing driving mode. Let's click towing driving mode.
That's what we need.
The thing about it is it unlocks the full power of the powertrain because, of course, when you're towing, you want every bit of power you've got. So
We're basically tricking the car right now.
exactly, it thinks we're towing something heavy up to 3 tons.
Yeah.
We're not. Put the car into manual mode. Don't do this at home, kids. All right, we're just testing it out.
All right.
Let's test the 0 to 100.
Purely for shits and gigs, you know?
Fist me again.
Let's do this.
Here we go.
Remember the short shift. You got to short shift this bad boy.
Come on.
Oh yeah, come on. That was good.
Ah!
You missed it. You missed it.
We're
You
doing that
missed
again.
it.
We're doing that
You
again.
missed it. All right, this is how pros launch a Tank 300 PHEV i4T.
All right, we're gonna try and launch it in second.
Let's see how we go.
Here we go.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
dude, it didn't shift. It didn't shift. One more time. One more time.
Okay,
Let's go.
we've got this. Second gear.
Second gear.
Okay.
Here we go.
Oh, it's so good off the line.
Oh,
Oh, that was pretty good. That was a good shift. Just hold it.
it.
Oh,
Okay, we're pretty close though.
No.
0 to 100 in 6.4 seconds.
I reckon there's potential there. I reckon there's potential. If you can get the
Yeah.
right shifts, you can beat the 6 seconds.
It's gonna be on our bucket list now.
Honestly, I'm not going to be able to sleep until we beat that 6 seconds.
Just a bit of a drift. All right, let's try this thing normally. Alrighty, Papa Jacob silently taking off.
Ooh,
in
yeah,
the
there's-
Tank 300.
Where's our engine, bro?
That's right, we don't have one.
Can you imagine?
We do.
Full EV.
We do.
All right, press the accelerator then. There it is.
Took a second.
Yeah.
So powering this is of course the High 4T system, which is a fantastic off-road focused plug-in hybrid system. So there's a 2-litre turbo petrol engine up front, produces 180 kilowatt of power, 380 newton meters of torque.
It's already a pretty beefy engine.
It's pretty beefy.
Yeah.
And then you just smack on all right?
Electricity.
Yeah, you do.
Just-
You put an electric motor,
Yeah.
smack it in the transmission, between the transmission and the engine, and all of a sudden you get 120 kilowatt of power, and then I guess like 400 and something else newton meters of torque.
You add a lot, basically. What was the total? 300 kilowatt?
300
and
kilowatts.
750
Crazy.
newton meters?
So a lot of power,
Yeah.
a lot of torque, and it comes together nicely, okay? I like the system. Yes, there is a little bit of lag, a bit of hesitation as you saw, but when you put your foot down and it decides it wants to give you all the power,
Then it gives you a lot of power.
it really takes off. Now, it is still a Tank 300, right? It's a body-on-frame, large SUV. It is big, it's roly-poly, but it's not terrible. In fact, the dynamics are pretty good. New for the PHEV is not AT1, which is coming, all right?
Yeah.
The AT1 Australian tune is coming, but right now, for the next like 8 weeks, they say,
We
it's
have like a halfway point.
something like that.
It's like a milestone, you know? It's like we're almost there. Here's a improved tune, but not quite the Australian tune.
Yeah, so we don't entirely know when
Yeah.
that's going to come. So if you're going to buy this, buy it on the premise that you're buying this one right here. But even with that, it's still a very good tune. Like, it's comfortable.
Yeah.
It's compliant. I really like it.
It's good. I mean, like, we do get new Michelin Primacy SUV tires, so that'll definitely help the ride as well. But I don't know. It's definitely, it feels like a slightly improved Tank 300. That's how I would say.
The only issue with the Michelin Primacy tires is that they're road tires. So, you know, it's not really off-road tires. I would have
That's the
preferred to
thing.
have seen all-terrains. Anyway, let's put the car into expert mode. Oh, current speed is greater than 75 kilometers an hour. So that's how you turn on this, like the sport
Drive
stuff.
mode. You can come here, I think.
No, because now we can.
Because we're under 75.
Yeah.
Weird. We're already in sport mode.
Now we are. It's confusing because this is technically off-road stuff.
Should I enable high-speed off-road racing? Oh my
Let's
God.
see how it goes with the Bullbuster.
Oh, my butt left the seat.
Yeah, it's fine, but I do like the way that the tank drives overall, considering it is body on frame.
Yeah.
And also, this thing is quick. Now, also, it's rear-wheel drive when you're just driving it on paved surfaces, so it's not a permanent four-wheel drive. By the way, we're back in normal mode, apparently, so...
Well, no, it still says sport.
Oh.
I don't understand.
This is another thing.
It's just, there's a lot going on here, guys.
There's a lot going on, and not all of it is translated well, and I think they have more of a job to do with letting us know exactly what's going on, because some of the translation stuff in here is still poor, and it's been a few years. So
yeah.
I think
it's like, for example, look at the ESC settings, like all underscore off. Like,
yeah.
That's clearly not refined yet, you know?
Let's go up Saucy Corner. Let's see how it handles. Yes, I'm tickled. I'm tickled. Here
Let's
we go.
do it.
Oh my God, that is aggressive.
Okay.
Oh my God, and the transmission shift.
All right, it got rid of the lag, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe you have to drive in this mode all the time.
So yeah, this is what you want if you want the power. And as you saw when we launched it, also tow mode enables all of this power and maybe even a little bit more.
I mean, the
from,
grip is great from a rear-wheel drive, but oh no, it's bogged down.
Yeah, traction cut out.
But the pitch was intense.
Oh, man, this thing is like...
It's insanely powerful.
It's insanely powerful. It's just funny how it all kind of comes together and how you unlock that. But when you are just driving it in normal mode... Oh, sorry, let's put it back into expert mode. If we want to go into normal mode now, we have to click exit. There we go.
Yes, you're learning. You're learning, young Padawan.
Now we're driving in EV. You get about 100 kilometers of range out of this 37.1 kilowatt hour battery, a pretty big battery for a plug-in hybrid. So like, it's really good at doing it. It's just a bit confusing in how to use it. The other thing too is the safety stuff. So they've actually upgraded, finally, the adaptive cruise control.
Oh, it's way better.
It keeps you at a good distance from the car in front of you, like a normal distance. It keeps you centered in the lane. And this has all been done by Rob Tribbiani, who is their lead engineer here in Australia, their ride and handling engineer, essentially, who is doing the AT1 tune as well for the suspension upcoming, whenever that is going to be. And so as a result, you have a much more livable car. I reckon the adaptive cruise control would have been the only thing truly holding me back from buying this car, because it was god awful.
I mean, the first time we drove this car, like right along this road, I remember it doing the tank wobble, I call it. It was the most horrifying, I mean, hilarious, but horrifying thing I've ever seen. Now it actually does a good job at holding you in the center of the lane. Also, the driver monitoring stuff isn't as intrusive as I remember it being. So they've definitely worked on that as well. Yeah, it's not once this whole drive.
It's comfortable.
Yeah.
It's nice. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the drive. I think that this PHEV powertrain is probably the new all-round best powertrain. Yes, the diesel is far more affordable still, even though this is still cheap. The diesel is really, really cheap. Having said that, I think this PHEV is pretty phenomenal overall, and I really like the high 4T system. And as you'll see when we inevitably take this thing off-road soon, it is an absolute weapon.
Oh, dude.
And the way that the whole system works together, particularly this high 4T system. If you're a serious off-roader, you're gonna love this.
100%. I think once you get to know this system well and you get used to it, you can really enjoy this car.
100%.
But at first, it's just a lot to learn.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
All right, let's into our final thoughts.
Let's do it.
Alrighty, Papa Jacob. Final thoughts.
Honestly,
Tank 300.
man, bloody impressed.
I think the diesel is a really good choice for a lot of people, okay? I really do. The plug-in hybrid is an incredible system. It just has this funny handover, particularly when you're driving it on road. It is not entirely perfect as a plug-in hybrid system. However, there is no doubt this thing is extremely capable. We will be taking this thing off-road soon, so make sure you are subscribed to the channel. You don't want to miss that. The high 4T plug-in hybrid is genuinely one of the most incredible plug-in hybrid systems out there, particularly if you love off-roading, because it just has that mechanical connection. This thing really can do everything. It's fast, like really fast. It shouldn't get under 6 seconds for a giant SUV like this. It's also got 3 locking differentials if you go for this ultra trim, which you definitely should, with one of the most luxurious interiors. And I don't know how they've been able to achieve this while fitting in a 37 kilowatt hour battery. Expensive. That was like almost the size of my ex-BYD Atto 1. But it's crazy.
And also a full-size spare as well.
All of this at the top of the range for $59,990, crazy. I still think the diesel is very good, but the plug-in hybrid is just next level.
I just think if they can iron out some of those kinks on the interior, like some of the tech issues, man, like this could be chef's kiss.
Chef's kiss. Of course, if you want to buy one of these or any new car, make sure you head to carsauce.com/buy or scan the QR code on your screen now. We will get you the best prices we possibly can and take care of you along the way. We'll baby you, don't worry. We've also got our car selling service, CarSauce Sell, powered by Cars24. So if you want to sell your car to us, you're more than welcome. Please do. just head to carsauce.com/buy and we will get back to you with the best price we can pay you for your car. Both are obligation free. Wow. Oh, and if you enjoyed the video, please do like, subscribe, and comment down below. What do you think of the Tank 300 PHEV? Ciao for now.
Bye-bye.